Hi guys, this is Sadik from crDroid.com. In this video, we'll show you how to flash the latest crDroid ROM, which is version 12.5, Android 16 based QPR 1 on the Pixel 6 series, the 6, 6A and 6 Pro. In the official crDroid website, you could see we have the ROM for all the other Pixel phone, and even for the Pixel 6 is there. Let me show you for the Pixel 6 there, but there's no for the Pixel 6A and 6 Pro. It's not there. But I found the ROM for the Pixel 6A and 6 Pro as well. Show you how to flash it onto your phone. So let's get started. First off, I'd like to thank the developer, which is this Jaco for this build. You could see from here. I've got the build from its GitHub page for the Blue Jay and the Oriole for the Pixel 6 and the 6A and the 6 Pro. For the Pixel 6, it's there already. But for the 6A and the 6 Pro, it's not there. As you could see from here, it's not there. So we will use the build from this page only. So all thanks goes to him. With that said, let's get started. Please take a backup of all the data on your phone as well. And once you've got the ROM file, okay, for the ROM link, I have not shared this page. I have shared his Google Drive link, because in the Google Drive link, you get the required files, which are the vendor boot and the boot as well, which is not there in the GitHub page. It's not there. So please get the file from there. It's Google Drive link only. The ROM boot and the vendor boot is only for the Pixel 6, 6A and 6 Pro. Although the 6 can be get from here as well, but for the sake of reference, I'm using all the 3 phones. Just let me go back once, and you could see all the phones are given here, which is not there in the official side. So on that note, let's flash it. So for now, this is the official build from the official side, and unofficial build is over here, the Google Drive link from the developer Jaco. So thanks to him. With that in mind, let's get started. So first off, get Android SDK from my article, extract them onto your PC, and you will get the following files, as you could see over here. After that, enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. OEM unlocking is required to unlock the phone, and USB debugging is required to enable or rather use ADB command. So let's enable both the toggles onto our phone. Let's unlock it first. So go to settings, about phone, tap on build number 7 times, then go back, go to system, dev options, and from there, enable OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. Once that is done, let's first verify the debugging connection. So for that, go to the platform tools folder, address bar, type in CMD here. Okay, just give me a second. CMD, hit enter. Now type in the command ADB devices and verify you are having an ID. Just give me a second, and you could see we are having this ID. If that's all well and good, now you have to unlock the phone. For that, boot the phone to fast boot mode, then use the command of fast boot flashing unlock. You'll get a prompt on your phone. Use the volume key to highlight unlock the bootloader and press the power key to confirm. And the steps are also in the article here and the video as well. So please get the job done once you unlock the phone. Your next course of action is to boot the phone to fast boot mode. For that, type in the command as follows: ADB reboot bootloader and hit the enter key. The phone should now be in the fast boot mode. Once that is the case, we could now start off with the flashing process for the crDroid ROM, which should be here only. Just give me a second. So first off, copy the files from here into the folder platform tools folder. So the vendor boot and the boot. Let's first copy both the files over here, paste it here, and let's remove the numbers from the very end. If there are any numbers, anything as such, please remove that. So it's now boot img, and this is the vendor boot img. Likewise, also transfer the ROM file onto your platform tools folder. The ROM file is over here, cut and paste it here. Again, let's do a renaming, and let's rename this to ROM. The name becomes rom.zip, and now you will flash the files onto our phone. So, okay, verify that it's shown as unlock over here. It's very important, as you could see. Let me show you once again. It's unlocked. So let's first flash the boot file in the boot slot of our phone. So copy paste the command, hit enter, then flash the file of vendor boot. If the file of DTBU is not there, simply skip that, no issue. It's just the boot and the vendor boot. Now let's boot the phone to the recovery mode, newly flash recovery. So fast boot, reboot, recovery, and hit the enter key. The phone should now be in the crDroid recovery. This will take just a few seconds. So let's wait for that to happen. And after that, we'll flash the rest of the files, which is the ROM file. This is only take a few more seconds. So let's just wait. And you are now inside the recovery mode. So first off, use factory reset. The touch is not working, no issue. Use the volume key to highlight the factory reset. Press the power key to confirm. Again, press the power key to confirm. Once again, use the volume key to highlight format data. Press the power key to confirm, and you could see formatting will take just a few seconds. It's now complete. Now use the volume key to highlight the back arrow at the top left, press the power key to confirm, then select apply update and apply from ADB. Let's first verify the ADB sideload mode. Type in the command of ADB devices, and you could now see we are having a sideload keyword. If that's fine, now type in the command of ADB sideload. File name is rom.zip. Hit the enter key. The flashing will now start. Take up to around 4 to 5 minutes. So let's just wait for that to complete. And the flashing is just about to get complete in a few seconds. You could now see it's done. If you want to flash any other zip file, such as GApps, then tap on yes, or else tap on no. So let's flash the GApp package as well. For that, I will link my article, and then you could get the GApp packages, which is over here. There are quite a few variants of GApps. For example, starting with the core GApps with the least number of GApps, then you have the basic, Omni, stock, and the full GApp package with all the GApps. And there are quite a few devs as well, the developers, Light GApp, Nick, Mind the Gaps, and Bit GApps. For now, let's use the Nick GApps. Open this link and then go to download now. From there, choose the release section. Then go to the Android 16. Let's choose the date, the latest one, obviously. And here is the variant. Let's choose the core GApps, which is here, and it will now be there onto a PC in just a while. Start download. And it's now complete. So let's see, compress folder, and we have this. Copy the file from here, paste the file inside platform tools folder. Rename it to something shorter. Let's rename it to GApps. The name becomes gapps.zip. And now select yes, because you want to flash the GApp package. Flashing GApps is optional. If you want to skip that, then choose no. But in my case, I want to flash a GApp package, so I'm choosing yes. And with this, the phone should now reboot to the recovery mode once again. After which, you could flash the GApp packages onto your phone. In the meantime, let's type in the command, which is ADB sideload gapps.zip. Once that is done, now once again choose the option of apply update from ADB. And now let's flash the GApp packages. Hit the enter key. Flashing will now start. And this will take some time depending on the GApp package you are flashing. In my case, it's the core GApps, which has the least number of GApps packages, so it will be very fast. But if you're using the stock or the full GApps, then that will take some time because it has a lot of Google apps in that. In my case, I guess only 4 to 5 maximum files are there to be flashed. So it will be some faster and not take much time. And while flashing, you should get the following message: ADB failed to read command, no error. It's all fine. There's no issue whatsoever. Simply ignore that. Nothing to worry about. Simply ignore this message. Anyways, the flashing is about to get complete and it's now done. Finally, if you have flashed GApps or if you haven't flashed GApps, that does not matter. Please do a factory reset once again. It's a must. So whether you have flashed any file or not, that is secondary. You have to do a factory reset at the very end. It's a must. So please do so. Format data, factory reset, format data once again. And this will take a few seconds for wiping data. And I guess this should be done in a few more seconds. And it's now complete. So again, choose the volume, the back key, press the power key to confirm. And now reboot system now. The first booting up will take up some time. So I guess around 30-40 seconds. Moreover, if you flash the GApp package, it will take even longer because it will have to load the GApps as well. The vanilla build will not take that much longer, but still, it's a time-taking process for the first time only. So after this, you will have to wait for a few more seconds for the boot animation to appear. Okay, that was fast. We have got the crDroid boot logo and the animation. And now only a few more seconds are remaining for the phone to boot to the setup screen. And after this, we should now be there. It's just a matter of time. So this means that we have flashed the ROM successfully. There's no issue with the ROM file. Flashing went fine. And now we'll have a look at the ROM features. I'll also show you how to pass the strong test. But first, let's just wait for it to boot up. And it's complete. So let's now get started with the setup process. Let's start it from here. English language is fine. Next. Skip this. Next. Skip. Next. Next. Okay, just give me a second. What is this? crDroid features. Okay, it's fine. Let's skip the pin for now. Dark theme is fine. Gesture navigation is fine as well. Start, and we are now inside the OS. It's a new QPR 1 base. I'll show you all the new tweaks in the QPR 1. So first off, we have the blur in the QS tiles. Then you could also now resize the QS tiles. Let me show you any one. Increase the size, lower the size from here. This is new. What else is new? So let me show you. Go to the settings menu. From here, you will see now each of these have their own separate sections. For example, if you go over here, notification, you will see the manage, conversation, privacy have their own section. This is new. Apart from that, the slider have now also changed. It's now new. Then this is the toggles or the check marks, yes and wrong, yes and no, and that is also new. Apart from that, we will see the new features in the over here. This have been revamped completely in the home screen as well. The clock styles have, the color themes have changed from here. There are various options you could choose from. As you could, let's choose any unique one, something which is unique. This, okay, let's go with this one only. Dark theme or light theme can be changed from here. Apply. Then the icons can be changed from here as well, but I don't know, it's a UI issue or something. Okay, now it's visible. Let's choose this one. Apply. You may also enable themed icons, and it's now enabled. Likewise, the layout can be changed from here. This is new size UI. I'm using the 5x5 for now, which is well. Okay, this is the one. Hit the apply button. It's now changed. Likewise, in the lock screen, clock style change can be. Okay, yes, it's also changed. The UI is new. Well, again, a slight UI issue is there. Let me go back, discard, and once again choose it. Now it's visible. Okay, for the stock clock, you may change the clock face width and increase or decrease it, but that's only for the stock clock, not for these tweaks. They have their own fixed width. Not a major concern. Let's go with this one. Apply it. Then notification wallpapers UI is also new. For example, if we choose a wallpaper and apply it, this is the new UI, as you could see. Apply, and it's now being applied, implemented. That is it, I suppose. Now let's have a look at the crDroid tweaks, which is over here. For the status bar tweaks are here. You may have a look at all of the tweaks. For now, my main focus is on the spoofing. You could have a look at all of these features, which are same as the QPR 0 Android 16 first build ROM. So nothing has changed over here. All new features I have shown you already. Smart pixels, you may enable that to, it will turn off 3/4 of the pixels of your phone to save some battery. Great. Then this is the font style. Various icons. Icon shapes are also given here. Let's go with Pebble. And okay, Pebble is here. And it's now applied. Edge lighting can be enabled as well. AOD from this section. And it's working well and good. And notification tweaks are here, which aren't anything fancy. Sound. Okay, vibration. Let's enable this. Miscellaneous. This is the one I was talking about. So first off, please make sure it's enabled. The Google Play Negative spoof should be enabled. After that, we have to load a keybox file. So currently, I have a keybox. I have to verify if it's working or not. If it's unrevoked or not. This is the keybox file. Let me check it out once again. And okay, it's not unrevoked. Currently, it's unrevoked. The file which I'll be sharing will be size of 12.88 KB, as you could see from here. Focus. Okay, it's fine. So you could get the file from this article's comment section. Just drop in your request over there, then I'll share the file with you in this article's comment section at the bottom. Or if your phone is currently obtained root, in that case, you may simply flash the My Keybox module as well to pass the strong test. Then apart from that, we may also enable higher FPS in games. Okay, first of all, let me show you how to upload the Keybox file as well. I have the same Keybox on my PC. So let's first enable file transfer from here. Then in the download section, Keybox 16 should be the one. Okay, this is the one. Copy the file from here, paste the file onto your phone. Do a renaming and rename it to Keybox. Remove the numbers from the end. That's not important. And now let's load the file onto our phone. So simply go back to the menu, settings, miscellaneous, key restriction override, choose the Keybox file, and now you will pass the strong test without any issue whatsoever. You have to now log into your Google account as well. For that, you need to flash GApps. Log into your Google account and then verify it using any third-party app or Play Store as well. For checking my Play Store, let me show you. I have a login already on my secondary phone. So you may simply launch the Play Store. After doing a login to your the Google account, flashing GApps. So just tap on your avatar over here. Then go to settings, about, tap on Play Store version 7 times. You are now a developer. Then expand the general section. Then go to the dev options and check integrity. You could now see we are passing the basic device strong test. The easiest way to check is this one only. So after having the keybox file loaded, log into a Google account and then get the job run. This will take some time, so I'm not showing over here, but you will pass the strong test without any issue. Netflix proof is there. This will allow you to watch DRM in full HD because you will get the Byte1 L1 certification now. Unlimited Google Photos storage is also there. Great to see. Allow app downgrade is a must for me. Sidebar, you may enable the sidebar from here and then add some apps, swipe from here, and you could see. You may also take the entire app drawer as well. I don't use the feature because it tends to conflict with the back gesture of my phone. So I like to keep it turned off. So let's do that. 3-finger swipe. Let's take a screenshot. It's working without an issue whatsoever. We have many options over there. Share, edit, delete, Google Lens. All of them are there. And that is just about it. Home settings. If you're using a third-party icon, you may give it the notification access from here. To have the access is very important. For now, it's the crDroid launcher, only the stock launcher. Then home screen twist can be done from this section. I'm using the Coach app, which does not have the Google app, which is over here. You could see this is not there. That is why it's currently gray out over here. You could see. Likewise, there isn't any Google app as well. The search bar is also not there at the bottom. It's gray out. At a glance is this one over here. You may turn that off if not required. Then apart from that, what all it has to offer, weather update is a must for me. Weather provider is fine. Current location should be enabled if you require GPS. Search bar is not there for my phone currently because it's a Coach app package. In the app drawer background, you may change it. Let's lower it down to 50%. And now let's see. Yes, this is much better for me now. Then apart from that, what all else is there? Theme icon can be enabled in the app drawer as well. And you could see they are now enabled. Great. Anything else? Use 2 lines for app label. That is not required. In the recent, you may show memory info, Google Lens, screenshot, and clear all. Give it some time and then it will appear. RAM is there. Google Lens will appear after a system UI restart. Not be shown directly or now. Do a UI restart and then it will be there. Talking about which, do we have a advanced reboot? Yes, it's there. The system recovery, fastboot D, and the fastboot mode is there. System UI is not there, so you have to do a OS restart. So guys, that's all from this video. If you have any query with regard to any of the steps, let me know in the comment section, and thank you for watching. Just to repeat, all the ROMs are there for the Pixel phone in the official site only, but for the Pixel 6a and the 6 Pro, the ROM is not there. That is why I've shared the ROM file from the secondary source. So all thanks goes to the developer, as I told you earlier as well. All thanks to him. And that is it. Thank you for watching the video.